Take your stupid tea.
Mimi's in a great mood. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Against All Odds podcast. We're on episode 9 right now, which is pretty crazy. And we're now in our third, technically, studio location. Third apartment. So, yeah. Welcome to our lives. I'll get into the new apartment later. We'll talk about that. But we basically want to update you guys on what's been going on. We took a little weekend trip down to Queenstown. What'd you think overall?
That's a podcast.
You just gave me the okay sign with your fingers. Obviously, she's a little out of practice with the podcast because we only have done 9 of these.
Queenstown was unexpected.
Unexpected?
Yes. I didn't know what type of vibe they would have there, but it was definitely mountain ski town, resort ski town. I don't know. I didn't know it was going to be so much like a ski resort, you know?
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing. I just didn't expect that at all.
Yeah. But, so we were in our last apartment that you guys have seen, the small one with the red accents and everything. Look at me. I'm like an interior designer. Yeah, accents.
Good job.
A throw. It had a red throw.
You did. Good job.
Yeah. But no, we were in that apartment, and then we basically were going to move to this new place at Oriental Bay. So... Babe.
I'm not comfortable.
Mimi,
my knee doesn't fit.
You need to chill. This entire podcast we've been moving around.
My knee doesn't fit.
I wish you guys could see the setup with this. Mimi's been awesome today. Okay, you set up? You good to go?
Yes.
All right. Well, we were going to move into a new apartment in Oriental Bay, and this was the mom of Mike Hornsby.
But, surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise, there's no Wi-Fi there.
It didn't have Wi-Fi.
So, and I don't want to be like that bratty millennial who's like, no Wi-Fi? Are you kidding me?
That's exactly what he did. He was like, are you kidding me? There's no Wi-Fi.
No, I was like, oh, wow. Because I don't have any data on my phone. I'm on no cell phone plan down here. I just use Wi-Fi to even send a message on my phone. And then also, I upload a video almost 2-3 times a week. Instagram's almost every single day, multiple times a day. And I was like, I don't know if I can do that. But yeah, so we basically was like, okay, you know what? Thank you so much for letting us have the ability to go to the apartment. We don't know if we're going to stay there, but we dropped off our stuff there. And then we basically just flew down to Queenstown and we're like, we'll deal with this later. But it was kind of a hassle trying to figure out everything out because, when all of a sudden when your plans change, you're like, no, now I need to get a new Airbnb.
Wait,
what?
I'm supposed to be leading this podcast.
No, this is a different podcast.
You said that I'm leading the next.
I said maybe the next podcast.
You don't want to do this one? What the heck?
No, okay, go for it.
No, I have to do it from the beginning. It's ruined already.
Yeah. But when we were going down, I think right as soon as we closed the door and left the keys in the Airbnb and we were leaving, we're going downstairs to leave the apartment, I realized I left my Bose headphones in the apartment, locked up, charging. So the trip was just off to a great start for me.
It was. And then he got me extremely sick the whole time we were at Queenstown. I couldn't breathe. I literally went through hundreds of tissues. We had to go hiking, do all this outdoor physical activity, and I was just sick and it was cold.
Yeah, Mimi wasn't in the best frame of mind, but
no, I love it. It's great.
But I was telling you the whole time that you need to learn how to snot rocket. All the soccer players, every soccer player knows how to snot rocket.
No.
You're running around, you're tired, it's cold, and then you get that runny nose. Plug one, turn, blow out, clear it, everything out, and then you're good to go. But Mimi's like, nope, I have class. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, no.
So she had to use all the tissues like a barbarian.
Yeah.
Yeah. But one thing also, like a barbarian. What did you think of the Wellington airport, though?
Oh, yeah, it was so weird. We, walked in with our suitcases, to check in, but we just went straight in, and we were, at the gate. And we're like, wait, did we just cheat the system? Did we just, skip security? There was no security. It was the weirdest thing. Everybody was just hanging out at their gates, eating some food, and we just went and checked our bag in. They didn't check my ID. I don't even know if they checked yours.
Nope, not my...
None. They just here's your bag. Okay, thanks. And that was it. We were in.
Yeah, you literally checked in the bag.
We could have been anybody.
Yeah, seriously, I could have booked it for Mimi Duggar, and I could have taken Osama bin Laden with me.
Yeah.
Like, this is my girlfriend, Mimi.
This is my girlfriend.
But that was like really strange. It was like, because in America, it's so strict.
Yeah, extremely.
So strict.
Like, you can't even, it's annoying because at the airport in San Diego, there's only a Starbucks on the outside of security. So if you want to get a coffee, you have to drink it, like, and just stand there before security before you can sit down. It's the stupidest thing.
San Diego airport's nice, like, it's small, but it sucks. It's so crowded, you can never find a seat.
Because everybody is starting to fly Southwest.
Yeah.
Like, it's just getting more and more crowded because Southwest is only like 4 gates, 5 gates.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
I love it.
But no, it was so weird walking through Wellington Airport and be like, okay, well, I never had to show my passport.
Yeah, it was very bizarre. But, I mean, probably nothing bad happens here because they haven't had to...
They don't have no crazy people. They have no crazy people.
They don't. And they have no predators.
Yeah.
No human predators. We were walking through the forest on one of our hikes, and I was, like, really scared because it got really dark, and there's no light anywhere. It was just total, like, dark forest. And I was, like, worried about bears or whatever. But in New Zealand, there's nothing that can...
There's no bears, no
harm a
cougars. Yeah,
human.
nothing. I think the worst thing they have is a possum.
Yeah, it's like a weird-looking possum. Can you overlay a picture of this possum
Yeah,
right
I'll throw
here?
it up there.
It's the weirdest thing
And
ever.
it's not opossum, it's possum.
Yeah, it's spelled differently, and it looks...
It looks like a weird...
It looks like a cross
looks
between...
like a Pokemon.
Yeah, it does. It does.
What was the first thing, though, you noticed as soon as we landed in Queenstown? We talked about this a lot, but what did you notice as soon as we were there? We got to Queenstown, we got off the bus, and you...
How much Patagonia there was? No, yeah, it was quiet. It was really weirdly quiet because in Wellington it's so windy, and we would constantly have this like pounding in our ears. And then we landed at Queenstown. We walked outside, and it was just like pure silence. You hear like the birds chirping, and we're like,
it's so
yeah,
calm.
we're like, what's going on?
We both, I was like noticing that too, but I didn't put it into words.
Mm-hmm.
But you were like, why is it's so calm here? I'm like, it is. I was really relaxed.
Yeah, I
It
kept
felt
saying like,
good.
this is a relaxing town, but I realized it's just because we're not in Wellington.
We don't have that wind in our ears go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really like, and I was like, wow, this is nice. I've been, especially for me, I've been in Wellington straight for 5 months. So that wind, I mean, this is today, for example, it's a beautiful day today. No wind, but even there's still like a little bit of wind, like at your ears where you can hear it. But when we landed in Queenstown, it was just dead silent, like a normal place in the world that doesn't have that much wind. But that was cool. The views in Queenstown were amazing. The mountains were awesome. But we went down there, and neither of us ski or snowboard. So
I snowboard, you don't.
well, you don't like to do it.
No? Who said that?
Oh, okay. Putting it on for the podcast. I snowboard all the time. You talk about.
Yeah, no, I have a cabin in the snow. So I would go snowboarding a lot, pretty frequently, but I don't like just being cold and uncomfortable. I'd rather be in the cabin warm with the jacuzzi.
Yeah, me too.
But I like snowboarding. I do if it's good conditions. Like if it's
sunny.
a sunny day. Yeah, if you go like spring skiing and it's nice. But he doesn't do any sports with the legs because they're too valuable.
Well, it's just started when you're like 11. Like, because our club season, the main club season is in the winter. In Oregon, it was. And so when you're in that club season, your coach goes, hey, don't go skiing or snowboarding because you don't want to get injured, all that stuff. Yeah. So, and then you don't go skiing or snowboarding. And then all of a sudden, after years and years of not doing that, now you don't want to go even more because now you're not good at it.
And you've never done it, yeah.
And then so it's this vicious cycle of I don't snowboard because I'm not good at it, but I'm not good at it because I never go snowboarding. And it just like repeats and repeats.
Yeah, but he won't go like ice skating or...
It just freaks me out.
There's nothing where he can hurt his legs.
It's like, how much joy am I going to get out of ice skating around looking like a fool? Or like going down a hill on my butt with a snowboard and hurting myself versus like the potential risk of it? It's just not, I don't know. I'll do that later. I'll do it later. But for me, I don't even really enjoy it. I hate being cold, so.
Yeah, we'd rather go to the beach.
Yeah, I'll go to the beach. So that's like, I don't know. Queenstown was cool for us. I mean, I didn't know it was such a skiing and snowboarding spot.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because we were walking around and everybody had their like snowboard gear on. People were like wearing their bindings and they have like their skis thrown over their shoulder and like walking around. And then we're just kind of standing there like, what? Like, we didn't get the memo.
You're going through security and they're like, oh, you're going to Queenstown. You're going to do some skiing and snowboarding. We're like, nope.
I'm like, why would you assume that? Like, why would you just assume?
But we basically went there just to see the sights, to do a lot of hikes. To get out, to do something new, and then just to go to the Milford Sound, like just to see a different part of New Zealand, because we've just been kind of around the Wellington area. We've gone up to Napier and Havelock and like some stuff like that. I've been up to like Taupo, but I haven't been in the South Island at all, so just something new, just see. But yeah, I completely was like, it's like Aspen or Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah.
Completely like that, but on like a big lake. But it's beautiful. But yeah, if you don't ski and snowboard, I wouldn't really go to it.
And I didn't want him to do anything dangerous. It's kind of the only reason why people go to Queenstown is for the adrenaline.
Yeah,
and
it's
for
like
skiing.
It's the adventure capital of the world.
Yeah,
because
I was like, no, you're not doing this.
There's tons of bungee jumping, skydiving, the jet boats. There's so much to do. But if you went there, I would have for sure bungee jumped. But you would have been so mad at me if I bungee jumped.
Yeah, that would not have.
Because I've been skydiving before and it was awesome. I do think it's a lot of money though for 30 seconds of fun.
Yeah, that's exactly what you say about cooking.
Yeah, because that's true too. You cook, you do so much cooking and prep work. You're chopping the vegetables.
It's expensive,
you're preparing it. You're doing all this stuff. You sit down, and 5 seconds later, you finish your meal. You're done. You're like, okay, now you got to clean up. And you spend 30 minutes cleaning up. It's an hour-long process for 5 minutes of fun. Yeah. So for me, I would just, if I was like a multi-millionaire, I'd have a personal chef. That's what I'd have. I want a personal chef to cook me all my meals, clean up
all the vegetables.
Yeah, cut up all the vegetables.
The chicken's the worst to cut. I hate cutting the chicken.
Your hands get cold.
We need to buy the pre-cut chicken breast. I saw it at the store.
Okay.
Is that lazy?
No.
That's a Sheldon thing.
Yeah, that's what
His
we do.
family buys like pre-cut fruit from Whole Foods. My family, I don't think we've ever done that, ever.
Yeah,
I just thought it was the funniest thing. I open their fridge and they have like a container of fresh cut mango, a container of fresh cut watermelon. I'm like, who buys fresh cut watermelon?
We spend the extra $1 to have the convenience of not having to cut up the fruit.
Totally not like my family.
Yeah.
No.
Well, yeah, we can go on and on about the differences of our families.
I love it.
But it's not like bad differences. It's just like funny differences. Like, oh yeah, my family would want to buy cut up fruit. Most families, I guess, probably wouldn't want to do that. We did, when we were in Queenstown, speaking of food, we ate like what they're famous for, which was the Ferg burger. What did you think about the Ferg? You didn't have the real Ferg burger.
Surprisingly, their menu was really big. I thought it was going to be like an In-N-Out where there's just like one burger, cheese or regular burger, whatever. But it was a huge menu. So I got a falafel burger. It had some Chipotle stuff on it. It was really good. It was huge.
Yeah.
It took me like an hour to eat. Giant. Really heavy. Probably 5 pounds. But
5 pounds?
Yeah. I would say that bag was about 5 pounds.
Well, okay, with 2 burgers and fries, yeah.
Yeah. But it was good. It was good. Fresh bun. I got a gluten-free bun, and I didn't even think it tasted like a gluten-free bun.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
No, yeah, Ferg burger was good.
It was just super busy.
Yeah, it took so long. But when I bit into it, I was like, oh wow, it's like really fresh. Like In-N-Out, even In-N-Out's like considered to be more of a healthy burger. It's not healthy.
In-N-Out still tastes like
greasy, like a burger.
Like a commercialized burger.
This felt like it felt like you had it like a barbecue at your friend's house. Like it's a really fresh bun, lettuce, like the meat wasn't dripping in grease. Like I was like, wow, this is like a burger that's not unhealthy. And I mean, it's still beef, but it was really good. I give it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, and since we weren't snowboarding or skiing to pass the time, we just kept trying to find like a good coffee. And it was the weirdest thing because we kept Googling it. We went on Yelp and a bunch of other websites, and the coffee that they recommended, like there was one it was Joe's Garage. It was rated number 1, like 285 reviews, number 1, 4.5 stars in all of Queenstown, and it tasted like warm milk. Like I thought I had to open the lid because I thought that they forgot to put the coffee in. And that happened multiple times. Like I've never ever in my life thrown away a drink, like thrown away a coffee. We both threw ours away.
That was your first time ever throwing away coffee?
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
We're shaking hands right now.
And then we went, what other one was terrible? Oh yeah, one day I spent we bought like 3 different coffees because we got so frustrated. We're like, let's try it again. Like, we'll have better luck at this place.
Yeah.
We kept wasting money. And then at the end I was like, okay, let's just try Starbucks because maybe their baristas know how to make coffee. I don't know. Because we tried everything else. And then that one was terrible.
Yeah.
I think I threw that one away.
That one was the worst.
Yeah.
But we went to this one chocolate place, like a Patagonia Chocolates, and they had good coffee.
Yeah, they were like really famous there.
I've been turned into a coffee snob now.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I went from 2 years ago, not even 2 years ago,
like
a year ago.
Yeah.
A year ago,
He would
I
hate
didn't
when we
drink
would
coffee.
coffee.
Yeah. I was like, coffee sucks. I don't like it. Blah, blah, blah.
And I would always want to go and just like hang out and chill and like, you just go get coffee with someone. And he would just sit there like just super butthurt because he didn't want to be there.
I just wanted to work. I wanted to edit videos. I wanted to go train. I wanted to
now every single day he like wants to go get coffee, and he figured out how to make a really good kind of like latte, I guess. Kind of not so much flat white, but I guess like a flat white, I guess. It's kind of nothing. But he's figured out how to use the French press because that's the only thing we have. We don't have an espresso machine here. But he figured out a way to froth the milk with the French press, which I didn't know was a thing.
YouTube. It's crazy. You can find anything. I literally Googled how to make a flat white without an espresso machine. It was so funny.
I just hear him. He's like watching something on his phone on YouTube, and then he comes in and he's like, I'm gonna make a coffee, and he starts like pulling out all these utensils and tools and like measuring them. I'm like, since when have you known how to make a coffee ever?
I've always known.
Yeah.
It's crazy though with YouTube. You can learn to do anything.
Yeah.
With
Google
YouTube
and YouTube, you could become a.
Literally, I built my entire business, everything, learning how to edit, how to build a website, how to make a program, how to set up an online shop, how to do After Effects editing, how to code, like. Everything, how to edit a photo, how to do all this stuff, how to use Photoshop, how to use Illustrator, everything was YouTube tutorials. That end screen of my YouTube videos that you see every single time with it coming in, YouTube tutorials. How to do music and all this crazy effects, YouTube. Everything has been YouTube tutorials. You can do anything with that. And it's just crazy to me. Like I literally hopped on, I was like, how to make coffee without an espresso machine. First one had like 1 million views, watched it. I'm like, now I know how to, 2 minutes later, now I know how to make a flat white without an espresso machine. Mm-hmm. That's like, it blows I feel like, I don't know, like for me, I loved college. I love high school and all that stuff. Like I love those times and experiences of my life. But looking back, and I really think that's very crucial and important. If you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, financial, something that you need that degree for and you need to be qualified for and actually learn the skills. But like, if you just want to enter in the business world or you want to do something specific, I don't know. I feel like I've learned so much more by creating something and working on it and the YouTube tutorials even than all the years I spent in high school or college. Like I learned like good stuff, but not like...
Well, it's more specific.
Yeah. And I even for training, like I talk to my friends who are in the real world and have jobs. They go for a 6-month training program and they learn how to do the entire job in those 6 months. I'm like, do you think you could do that without your degree? Like, the degree is just like a thing that's like a status symbol.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, I feel like with my degree, I feel like I more so learned like general skills, not so much like actual education. Like you learn time management. You learn how to be organized. You learn how to get things finished. Like you learn how to approach a problem. Like it's not so much like I don't think they honestly really care like what your GPA is, like what percent you got on this test. It's just whether or not you can actually achieve something, like finish it, do it. Yeah.
And my teammates and stuff who have great jobs now, they said that the number one thing in interviews is that they balance the Division I college soccer with being a full-time student. And it was like their grades didn't matter, the class they took didn't matter, but just the fact that they had above a 2.0 GPA and that they balanced the two and were successful in the two, that's what people like.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's real skills. But anyway, back to Queenstown. Went off on a little tangent there. But to take up our time instead of skiing and snowboarding the entire time, we did a lot of hikes. Was pretty much it. Mm-hmm. We hiked up that Tiki Trail up to the gondola with crazy views. We did the Queenstown Hill hike. I mean, they were steep and hard, but they were fun. What did you think of them?
Great fun.
We had to stop every 5 feet for you to blow your nose.
My nose. And then at the top, I ran out of tissues, and it was terrible. The whole way down, I was like every step. It's just, it's so annoying because like I love doing stuff outside and being active and everything. And
yeah.
I mean, it's not like I was in pain. I wasn't like in pain. It was just, it's so annoying when you can't breathe. It is the most annoying thing.
You take it for granted.
I know. It's just like claustrophobic. I know. That's what I told you. I was like, I miss breathing. Like, I totally took it for granted.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to.
Breathing's fun.
Yeah. This morning I woke up and I was like, oh my God, like I can breathe. Thought I was dreaming.
Yeah. I think also sore throats. When you can finally swallow without This is gonna be weird. This is kind of sus.
Falling.
What are you gonna? We're gonna skip this topic. And then the last day, not the last day, but one of the last days, we went to the Milford Sound. What did you think of that whole experience?
I liked the bus ride. I would have been okay if it was just the bus ride. I thought that was worth it.
Yeah.
But it was a 4-hour bus ride, like 2-hour boat ride about, and then 4 hours back, and it was just beautiful. Oh my god, I have to sneeze. And yawn. What's going on?
You're snozzing right now.
Snotting. But I love driving through countrysides. Like, I'm from San Diego. I get excited when there's grass. Like, every time we've gone to, like, Germany, Europe, whatever, people are taking pictures of, like, the monuments, and I'm over there's, like, a patch of grass. I'm like, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really
green.
Weird. I remember specifically on this one train ride, I think it was in England.
It was in Germany.
And I was napping. Like, I was trying to go take a nap, and we were in the random countryside of Germany. It's just, I mean, it is rolling green hills.
It's beautiful.
But, like, it's
beautiful.
I've seen that in Portland all the time, and I'm, like, trying to take a nap, and every 5 minutes she goes, Shelly, look. I'm like, and I'm thinking there's, like, something crazy outside. Look at the green. I'm like, yeah, sweet. I go back to bed.
Yeah, well, you have such beautiful land in Oregon. It's just, like...
You're spoiled. But it's the same exact thing. I'm spoiled with the green and the landscapes and the trees and the beautiful hikes, the same way that you're spoiled with the weather and, like, the beach. Because we go to different beaches now.
Yeah, but I still get excited. When I show you, like, a cool...
Yeah, I was excited about Queenstown.
Countryside. You're like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. I see that all the time.
But that, I don't know. It's not, like, in general, most people
We're
get
just different people. That's
more
what
excited.
I like. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, and I think beaches and warm weather is beautiful. But I still think, like, Queenstown, I thought was beautiful. I was excited about Queenstown, you know?
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, wow, look how beautiful green hill right here. It was like, wow, these mountains are sick.
Well, it wasn't really that green because it's winter.
Yeah.
But there were, like, sheep. Like, everybody has sheep here. I love it. He says that we have that in the U.S., but I've never even seen that.
There's tons of sheep.
Where is there sheep? I've never seen sheep. I've seen cows. California has a lot of cows.
Well, California doesn't have many sheep, I guess. But with the Milford Sound for me, if it was just the boat ride, I would have been a little upset. Like, the boat ride was sick, and that area was really cool, and the cruise was cool, but I don't know. It was just like an hour through the Sound, hour back, and
it was just a lot of the same. Like, I thought that it would kind of change, maybe different, but it was just like hill,
and
hill,
the whole you're on this big boat crowded with tons of, like, tourists, and, like, it's just overwhelming sometimes. I hate when it's, like, so touristy and everybody's flipping, like, you know, snapping pictures. I like it more when it's more of a real experience. Like,
yeah, me too.
That's why, I don't know. That's why, like, when I went to Berlin, I went to the Berlin Wall. I like the parts of the wall with my family. I like the parts of the wall where it's, like, separate, away from everything, and it was just like, wow, here's the actual wall. But then you go to, like, Checkpoint Charlie, and it's like a fake soldier. It's like,
what's Checkpoint Charlie?
It's where, like, it's a famous checkpoint that people would go through to go from the east to the west.
I haven't gotten there yet. I'm still on, like, 1941 in my book.
This is just history.
I don't know about that yet. I'm reading books about World War I and World War II.
But Checkpoint Charlie was a famous checkpoint to go through the wall.
See, I didn't know that.
And you can go, but when I went to Checkpoint Charlie in Berlin, you just go and it's like, take a picture with this fake soldier. And it was like a line to take a picture with him. And it was like $10 for the picture. I was like, this, I want, like, the real,
that's
stuff.
What country were we in? Oh, Belgium? Were we in Brussels? I think it was Brussels.
I don't know.
With the little statue, the peeing boy.
Yeah, that was Brussels.
In Brussels, like, one of the most famous things in Brussels to see is this, like, peeing statue. Like, this little boy angel thing, like, peeing. And everybody wants to see it. And we both kind of thought it would be ridiculous. I think your dad told us.
My dad's like,
stupid.
It's so stupid. Don't even go to it.
Yeah, but we wanted to see it just because, like, we were there. And we get there, and there was, like, probably, like, 200 tourists gathered around, like, this. It's in a tiny alleyway. And there's all these people gathered around, and there's this tiny statue, probably like the size of this microphone.
Yeah.
And it was just this little peeing fountain. And we're like, what the heck? I remember you took a photo of you just,
I was like, I gotta get next to the photo, and because I wanted to be like a really boring face next to it.
Yeah, we should overlay that right here if you still have it.
If I still have it. But yeah, that was like the Milford Sound cruise to me. But the bus ride, I agree, the bus ride was really cool.
Yeah, and I've heard that if you get your own way there, because with the bus we had to, you know, stay with the people. We couldn't really go off and do our own thing. But I have talked to people that have gone on like hikes and stuff, like at Milford Sound, which would be cool, but we like couldn't do, we couldn't do anything like that. And there's like plane rides through it and stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I definitely like the bus ride. But our driver talked.
Dave.
For
what's his name? Dave.
Yeah, Dave. He talked for. It was a 4 hour. It was like 4 or 5 hour bus ride there, and he talked the entire time without taking a breath. And it wasn't even like. It was like just so much of his family too. I mean, I liked it. He was a super cool guy, but it was just like, yeah. So me and my family, she made ravioli last night, and. Man, she's a good cook, but my son.
And the bagel. She made him a bagel. The whole
and I was like, Dave, what are you talking about?
Someone should have secretly turned his microphone off, and he would just keep talking to himself up front.
But he was really knowledgeable. He had a lot of points, but like, I have a problem doing this podcast for 40 minutes. I'm like, okay, make sure we have enough content for this podcast.
I don't think you'll ever have to worry about that.
But then he's for 4 hours there and back. That's crazy.
One of the coolest experiences, I think, being in Queenstown and New Zealand in general, just because the idea of it is when we were on the way back, he finally let us watch a movie, and we watched Hunt
for the Wilder People.
Hunt for the Wilder People.
Very Kiwi movie.
Yeah, it's a super Kiwi, like New Zealand movie that we really liked before we even came here. We watched it. And it's so funny. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's hilarious. And we were watching this on the bus ride, driving through the countryside of New Zealand. I was like, this is so cool. Like, whenever in my life am I going to be doing this,
Yeah, it was cool. You were really in the Kiwi vibes there.
Yeah, I was like, wow, it's like Kiwi overload here.
Yeah. I watched that Kiwi movie before I actually knew I was going to come down to New Zealand.
Yeah, we watched it because I remember you saw this song. There's like a birthday song.
Yeah. It was like the. There's like.
We should put that on here if we can.
It's such a funny song though. But yeah, I saw that song in like a random clip. I'm like, oh, that's a catchy song. What movie is that from? And I'm like, oh, it's from this movie. And then I was like, that was really funny. I like the humor, like that dry, sarcastic
it's super
humor.
Dry humor.
So I watched it and I really liked it. And then coincidentally, a few weeks later, I was like, oh, I'm going to New Zealand.
Yeah, but there's a lot of like inside jokes and like slang that you don't understand until you
Scucks.
live here. Yeah, because we watched it this time on the bus, and I understood more of it.
Because you're understanding like the slang,
and like the Maori people and everything.
And like just like
there's like wheat. They talk about wheat bix.
Wheat bix, yeah. And the first time you watch it,
sweet
literally
ass.
Sweet ass just goes over your head. Like the wheat bix, I didn't even remember hearing that. Yeah. But now when you're here and you know what wheat bix is, you're like, oh yeah, wheat bix. Mm-hmm. Gotta get your wheat bix.
Yep, exactly.
But so overall, what was you had no expectations about Queenstown?
No, because I didn't really Google it very much, and then you told me not to, since I've already gone this long not knowing anything about it, so I could just be surprised. Mm-hmm. All I knew was that it was like along water, and there was a mountain. That's all I knew. I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
I knew the city existed, like the name, but I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, I Googled and obviously did research, had to figure out where to put the Airbnb in a good location and all that stuff. But I didn't really know that it was so much going to be like a skiing like resort town. Yeah. I had no idea. But I like that. I really like that vibe. It seems like
a lot of Aussies there.
A lot of Australians coming over. But yeah, overall, I just thought it was a really cool place. Literally Aspen on a beautiful lake. So you can't really go wrong there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then we came back and moved into our new Airbnb.
Yep.
Which we're in now.
And again, when we were leaving Queenstown to come to Wellington, the airport of Queenstown was just as easy. I actually had to show my passport this time.
Yeah, just you though.
Mimi still didn't.
Mm-mm. Nope.
But then we came in and we basically went to Di's place to get our bags because we kind of decided that when we were over at Queenstown that we weren't going to stay there and we were going to stay in this new place, which is just as good.
Yeah, it's nice. There's 2 bedrooms, so we can put all of our clothes and all our stuff in that one.
Yeah.
Sleep in the other one. We have a full living room, a dining table we can actually work at, full kitchen.
A desk.
The peninsula, yeah, it's really nice.
Beautiful view of the harbor.
Straight ocean.
Straight into Wellington.
So nice.
Yeah.
You could hear the wind, too, like howling through all the windows and everything.
Yeah, that's really nice. The howling wind.
It creeps me out.
Yeah, maybe thought it was coyotes.
No, I said it sounded like coyotes.
Oh, I thought you thought it was coyotes.
Shoot.
Did you almost spill everything?
Yeah. Okay, we're good.
But yeah, this place is perfect. So we're here for 2 more weeks. We're going to stay here, enjoy it here. And this was actually got a really good deal on this place. And it's right down the road of where we were going to stay. So gym is like a mile down the bay. Beautiful walks on a nice day. We'll drive if it's a bad day. Parking spot. It's just a really good setup.
Yeah, there's indoor parking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you go up the lift.
Yeah, there's like an elevator for the car.
It's my first time I've ever gone on like an elevator for the car like that. Like you have to push the button, you pull in, you turn off the engine, it brings you up to your floor, you back out, and you park. It takes. I don't like it. It takes so long. It adds an extra 5 minutes. And so
she said that. She was like, yeah, if you have anywhere to go, like make time to get out of the elevator. And
it sucks because if you just want to go like right down here to grab a thing of milk, you're like, okay, that's gonna be like
10 keys.
Yeah, full. So many keys to get in. But no, I'm really happy about this place. And then after the 2 weeks, not gonna say where we're gonna go yet after this because we want to keep it a surprise. But if you are our premium member of this podcast on Podbean, you will know where we're going after this trip. And please don't spoil it. Don't comment anywhere. I saw someone's like, hey, someone with a premium membership, can you tell me where they're going?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
cheating.
So if you have a premium membership, don't tell anyone. I want to keep it a secret. I want to surprise you guys, but
yeah,
I'm really excited about that.
And then after that, we're going to fly home to San Diego. LAX first, then San Diego. Spend a couple days there. I was realizing that maybe a day isn't enough because we're going to be really jet lagged going that way, going the other way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
Because coming here was just a red eye, but then going there...
It's a red eye, too.
It is a red eye?
Well, yeah, because we were going to leave at like 9 o'clock at night, and we land at 12:45 in the afternoon.
Okay.
On the same day. It's weird.
Well, I was worried about you. I don't get jet lag, so...
I don't get jet lagged. No, and even so, it's again just a red eye again.
Okay.
But it's going to be weird because we leave at 9 o'clock at night on like the Friday, and then we land midday of the Friday.
That's so weird.
It's really trippy.
We almost did the flight on his birthday. I was like, wait, you just want to get your birthday twice. Like, that wouldn't be fair.
Oh, weird. It's my birthday again.
Yeah, no. That doesn't count.
Yeah, so that I'm really excited for that trip. That would be cool. It's just a good way to end the season, transition back, and then basically the general plan after that is to kind of hop around to different USL teams. Hopefully, I mean, this is so up in the air. This is just something I'm trying to do, but go to different USL teams, try to get a little training session just for the end of the season, train with them for a week or two, just so the coaches can see me, I can get some more training, and then hopefully set myself up better for next year. And then after probably come October, maybe end of September, October, maybe earlier if no teams let me in. It's such a guessing game. You have no idea if I'm going to have 5 teams that are like, yeah, come train with us. We need extra bodies. Or if all the teams are like, no, we don't need any more people. We want to focus on the team. So I don't know. I'm sharing this with you, but don't like hold it accountable because this is how it really is. I mean, you just have to go and hope for the best.
Yeah, just see what happens.
And then so whatever happens there, and then we're going to go into off-season series, prepare for this next USL hopefully season. Maybe something else. Like I said, you never know. I could be over in India the next day playing somewhere. But that's just the general plan in my head. But yeah, that's our life. And so Mimi, what's your plan? Like for in the off season, my off season during the fall and winter?
Well, right now I'm just gonna go back to my house in San Diego, but I'm excited because my brother just got a house in Venice in LA that he wants me to help decorate, and then your sister got a house in Portland that she wants me to help decorate. So that's 2 fun projects I get to do. I don't know how long that's going to take or, how much I actually get to do, but that's really exciting. So I'm going to be helping them for a little bit on my time off. And then once you're done bouncing around with teams, once you're actually in the off season, then it would be nice to get an Airbnb with you in San Diego.
Yeah.
Just so we're not at my parents' house. Not that that's bad.
Love
you guys.
My thing too I was like, oh man, like going down to New Zealand in the winter. I was like, okay, I experienced the entire winter in the America. Experienced the whole winter in the States. Came down here, experienced the entire winter in New Zealand, and I'm gonna go back and experience all the winter again.
3 winters back
But
to
if
back.
I am in San Diego,
it doesn't count.
It's really not a winter. You can go to the beach in December, so.
We go on Christmas too, so.
Yeah, which is San Diego. Like I said, I've talked about I'm gonna live in San Diego. Like that's my favorite place in the world. Everywhere I've been, that's still. Bless you. That was my favorite place in the world. I just love it, and hopefully you love it too.
I do. It's pretty nice. Yeah. It feels like home.
Yeah. But you even being here, Like, and you've lived in Bristol, you lived in St. Louis for a little bit, and you've gone and traveled all over too. But you got it, like, San Diego is the best.
It is. You don't have to worry about anything. You don't never have to check the weather. You never have to have a different wardrobe.
It does get icy though in the mornings.
Yeah, some mornings get a little icy. I have to put a jacket on when I go to the gym.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe me that there's ice on my window.
Mimi came up to me and she's like, "Yeah, it's so icy in the morning." I'm like, "No, it's not. Like, I checked the weather. The low is 55.
It's cold.
It doesn't get icy at 55 degrees." She's like, no. And then so I was like, okay, let me see it. So I came over there and I was down there. Like, see, look. And we hopped in your car in the morning. Ice. And it was just the morning dew on the windshield. And you turned on the windshield wiper and it wiped all the dew away. You're like, ooh, that was cold. You're like, it's cold outside.
My dad, like in high school, he used to start my car in the morning to melt all the ice and and make it warm, so that when I got in the car, the steering wheel wouldn't be cold anymore, you know.
Yeah.
Winter stuff.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, 55 degrees isn't, like, warm in the morning, but it's not icy.
It's icy.
Oh, man. The worst. That was the worst, too.
No, it actually does get icy because my mom's sprinklers go onto my car, and then it freezes.
It doesn't freeze. It can't freeze at 55 degrees.
Turned into a solid. What do you call that, then?
It only happens at 32 degrees.
No.
The physics are all different down there.
No.
So that's the plan for off season. But I don't want to be distracted too much because there's still 2 weeks left of season here. And if you guys have been following along with my Instagram or following on the team, I don't know how much you guys know. But basically, we're at a relegation battle with the last place team right now. We just got promoted up to this league. So the entire goal for the season was to not get relegated, stay in this league, survive that first season because it's the hardest when you get promoted. And then just to go from there next season. So coming in just for a year, I knew I was just going to come in for one season. The whole goal for me is just to help this team not get relegated. Now, we have a game this weekend. If we win this game, we will secure our spot in this league for next year, in the top league, in the winter league for next year. So that would be amazing. And if the other team, the last place team, loses this weekend or ties, then we lose this weekend as well, then we have secured our spot. So
they're gonna lose and the other team's gonna win.
Thanks, Mimi.
I'm calling it right now.
But then we still get one more chance because then they're done. We have one more game left. They don't have it anymore, and all we have to do is win that last game. So I'm a little nervous.
So someone pray for him.
God, yeah. But if after this weekend, I could be completely stress-free about relegation, you know, because I've been relegated before in Germany and it sucked. It's the worst feeling in the world. Probably not, but it sucks. But
death, relegation.
Yeah, pretty much.
So on our podcast Instagram, in the story, we asked for any questions that you guys have, and there were a couple good ones that we wanted to address.
Yes.
Who wears the pants?
Mimi.
Yes, 100%.
No.
No, what was the good one on here that we really liked? How does it feel to be the GOATs?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Someone said, was it worth spending your whole life chasing the goal of becoming a pro?
Yeah. And I would say that even if I didn't sign a pro contract. Because to me, I'm not in love. Like, that signing the pro contract, like, you saw me when I signed it.
It was the most anticlimactic thing ever.
It's not like you sign it and it's the biggest rush of success. It's
his first one. We were like at my dining table.
Yeah, it was my first fully professional
he just
contract.
like signed it and he like looked at me and I'm like, okay. And then my dad's like, should we take a shot? Like, no one knew what to do. We're like, all right. And then we went to bed that night. I'm like, so you're a pro now. Like, congrats.
Yeah.
You're like, thanks.
But it's just, I don't know. I mean, for me, I'm in love with the process. Like, I love training and the working. And I feel like if you aren't in love with the process, you're not going to be a pro. So, like, it's all, like, it was a very huge milestone. But to me, as soon as I signed that, all I could think about was, okay, now I want to become a starter for Orange County. Now this is where it begins.
Like, tomorrow we need to train, work out.
To me, celebrating that was like a huge relief. Okay, I signed it. But it was a relief. It wasn't like success. It was a relief. I did it. But now I just got took off this huge weight off my shoulders. And as soon as I took it off and threw it down, a huge bag of like, now we need to perform at the pro level popped on my shoulders. And I'm like, okay.
So you just enjoyed the process.
And that's why even if I were never to sign that pro contract, or even right now, even if I never get back to the fully professional game again, it doesn't matter. Because this is what I love to do, to train, to work out, document the process.
The way I see it is you either spend your life doing that or you spend it doing something else. So why would you want to do anything else if that's what you enjoy doing?
So I 100%, I would do, if go back in my life, I'd do every single thing that I did the exact same thing, the way I did it. For you, what about you? You dedicated your pretty much entire life to becoming an interior designer, and then you quit.
I didn't really. It was just like the last year because I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
I wish I would have dedicated my whole life to it.
But even though you were with your dad, you were working on cabinets, you were doing
but it was indirect. Like, I don't think you need just to have one goal. Like, it's not a waste of time. Like, someone emailed you and said, like, I don't know if I should go to college, like go to Ivy League, whatever, or pursue a professional contract. And it's like, you don't have to choose between school, getting an education, and this, whatever it is. Like, you can do everything. Your life is so long. You can go to school at any age.
Yeah.
You can become whatever you want. Like, it's not, I don't see it as a waste of time. Like, try to pursue something. If it doesn't work, then do something else. Like,
but having said that too, if it doesn't work, you don't just stop. You know, so many people will be like, okay, now I want to try to become this. You know, I want to try to become like a bodybuilder.
Yeah, no, I know, but
and after 6 months, they stop. They stop when they go take 6 inches forward, and it's like you just begun.
Yeah, well, I know, but I'm looking at more perspective of like kids who are really stressed out about like choosing what to do with their life. You know, like there's probably a lot of kids watching this trying to figure out like, should I go pro? Should I get my education? Should I become an accountant? Like, it's a huge decision, and I feel like at that time, at the point in your life when you're choosing, you feel like that's it. Yeah. Like, that's a choice you're going to make, and your whole life is going to be decided because of that one choice. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of pressure, and I don't think that that's like an accurate way to look at it.
Yeah, I was planning on going, I do think you can switch, but I also still think that so many people switch so often they never actually pursue or put effort into something.
Well, yeah, because you said too, because I was talking about someone close to me who was like trying to figure out what they wanted to do, and you just said like, it doesn't even matter what it is, just pursue it with like your full heart, your full effort, give it 100%, and then if that doesn't work, then move on.
Yeah.
You know, but don't just like half-ass a bunch of different things.
Not even if it doesn't work, if you don't like it.
Yeah, if you don't like it, because it's not a waste. Like, you just.
And it's also hard too, because you feel like, oh yeah, well I don't like it because I'm not successful. It's like, I didn't like making YouTube videos to put it out to 30 people for the first 9 months I did it. Mm-hmm. Like, I wasn't in love with working 9 hours a day doing all this stuff on YouTube and Instagram for Become Elite when I was making, for that first year, $1,500 the entire year. Mm-hmm. Like, that wasn't fun to me. I liked doing it, but it wasn't like, oh, this is great, you know? And I feel like so many people would stop right there, right before it actually takes off. And so
that's why there aren't, you know, as many pros.
But like, that's also, I mean, that's why like I was successful with weightlifting, and I was successful with training in soccer, because I just never stopped. I started and I just never stopped doing it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's do another one. Oh yeah, I really like this one. So, if you could have any other job that isn't related to the one you have now, what would it be? I love that.
Does personal training, like with
I feel like that's related.
That's related to my sport. Then I would say I would be just going to the financial world. Like, I would for sure. I love like the stock market. I love the finances. I love trying to build up like your personal portfolio of like stocks and bonds and all that stuff. So I for sure go financial route. And I mean, my dad's big on that. My brother's doing that. That's a big passion of mine as well. But to me, like, I don't know, my brother's the type of person who would love to sit in front of a computer watching all that stuff all the time. I could do that for an hour a day, but I can't make that my life. But I do think, you know, sometimes you can't always make your passion your life.
Yeah.
And so if I was at that situation where I couldn't do soccer at all, couldn't do, you know, personal training, weightlifting, any of that stuff, I would transition over to the financial world and probably enter in that, which probably this channel wouldn't be as entertaining, probably. Maybe it would. I don't know. Maybe just a different niche. Mm-hmm. But yeah, what about you?
Well, that's interesting because that's what I got my degree in.
Yeah.
And I could see myself doing it, but I honestly don't think I'd be that happy. So probably not that. Does like other creative jobs, does that count?
Not if it's designing.
Like even if it's like clothes or graphic design or something.
Yeah, I would say just as long as it's not designing like furniture or like.
Yeah, one thing that I really enjoy doing, which is kind of related to what I'm doing now, but it's like branding and advertising and marketing like for different companies. Like I love helping to create like an identity
Yeah.
for someone or something or it could be a product or a company. Like, I just love that. And I feel like that's like a kind of like a relatively new industry now, because like some companies will go and pay some professional to design their logo, design their colors, design their website, design their business cards, like what their store is going to look like, everything. It's like it's like a whole brand identity. And I think that I would really enjoy doing that.
Yeah, I could see you doing that.
But I don't even know what you would call that, because that's kind of like a newish thing. Like, I'm seeing that pop up a lot on Pinterest. There's like different companies, and it's so cool because they design, like, it's not just graphic design.
It's your whole aesthetic.
Yeah, it's like they create the aesthetic for the company, because a lot of companies don't have that mind, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's do one more question. Then we'll end it.
Ooh, this is a good one. Ooh, I love this one.
All right.
I have to say a name because it's a good one. Can I give him a name?
Sure.
Oh, God. Chazahimovic.
Okay, Chazahimovic.
If you were to write
He's just like, my name's Chaz Hamilton.
If you were to write a book about your life, what would the title be?
I don't know, it'd be kind of cliche, but
They said, what would you write in it, and what's the title? But I think the title part's the cool question.
I'd write Becoming Elite. That's what my title would be.
So you think you've made it to elite?
No? Becoming Elite. It's the journey.
That's boring, though.
That's why I said, I was like, it's not a great answer.
Okay, besides Become Elite.
I don't know, what would you title your book?
I don't know, it's not my turn yet.
I'd probably title it would have to do something along the lines of, maybe like, I really like the word strive.
He does like that word.
Strive, and strive literally means to put in a dedicated effort to achieve or accomplish a goal. Like that's
we're gonna call a podcast that.
Yeah, I wanted to call the podcast that, Strive. But that's probably what my title of my book would be, just Strive, because like that's been the story of my life from when striving to build a muscular and physique that doesn't look like I was a tiny twig. Like I didn't want that body, so it was like I was like, my goal is to be bigger, and I just strove. I just strived.
You strove.
I strove.
What is the past tense of strive?
Strived with a D at the end. But then like anywhere from soccer, weightlifting, Become Elite, YouTube, all that stuff. Strive. You have to answer it.
Shoot, that's really hard. I really want to call something, like it's not really that big of a deal, but because Mimi Estelle, the initials are me, M-E.
You're gonna tell the book me.
I want that to be in the title, like a phrase, but the me will be like, like a, what is it called? Not abbreviation.
That's abbreviation.
No, like M.E.
That's abbreviation.
That's abbreviation.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh. Like NCAA.
Yeah.
That's abbreviation.
Okay. Well, yeah, like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know what like the phrase would be.
Okay. All about me.
Me. Add another me on the end of it, so it'll have multiple meanings.
Like me.
Yeah.
But people would read that all about meme.
No.
What about that judge? Have you seen the judge in the court when they're like, and you posted on Instagram a Mimi?
I haven't seen that.
That's stupid. You don't.
In my high school, that was like when memes first were invented, and this guy at my school.
Do you feel old now saying that?
Yeah, but this
you
guy.
were around when memes were invented.
This guy that was in like our.
I need to get a new girlfriend.
No, this guy that was in like the graphic design or journalism class or something. Like he photoshopped and made a meme out of like me. Like he took a picture of me and wrote the original meme on it. And that's what everybody would say like when I was at school and stuff. I'm like, stop.
The original meme.
Yeah, because like people would call me meme before memes were like existed, you know?
Yeah, I see. That's pretty clever.
Yeah, so I was a meme. No big deal.
Oh, that face that you just did. All right,
Wait, what would I call my book? I don't know.
You just gave it.
I know what would be in my book, because that's what he's asking.
The story about your life?
No, mine would be a coffee table book. It would just be pictures of designs.
No, but this is a book about yourself.
No, he said, what would the book be about? Oh, it has to be about your life? It has to have words in it. Mine would be called Becoming Me.
Well, that's all the time we have.
It's a good spot then.
Well, thank you for listening to this Against All Odds podcast. Maybe this might be a longer one. Maybe we pushed up to the hour-long mark. Probably not. But thank you.
Edit out all your mistakes.
Yeah,
so.
my mistakes. Thank you for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for listening. If you're listening on podcast, hopefully, or Podbean, or wherever you listen to, hopefully after this one, we can get all these up on iTunes now. Because now we have 5 free episodes posted, so we can get on iTunes and Spotify. But again, don't hold us accountable to that. We never know. There's so many hiccups that go along with these things you don't even understand.
Literally.
Mimi's had the hiccups. That's why she's saying that. But
they won't go away.
Thank you for listening. We'll catch you on the next one. This is the Against All Odds podcast with Matt Sheldon, the coolest guy in the entire room right now. And we
can cover it.
And Mimi. All right. See you guys later.
That's how you end it, and Mimi. Oh, just Mimi.
The second coolest person in this room right now. Nice. Second person. Second place.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
No.
High five me.
No.
This has been the 2 coolest people in the room, Matt and Mimi, in that order. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.